Welcome back to the channel, guys. So if you guys saw my last video, we went on our first test drive, and well, car ran perfectly fine for like 30 minutes, and then but now we're back. Well, I'm back, and Rudy has taken out the engine again because we had to send the turbos to get rebuilt. So let me show you guys where that's at right now. Oh, we also got all the intercooler piping polished up. Look at this. This looks amazing compared to what it was before. We got all the intercooler piping looking like brand new. And then right over here, we have my engine that got pulled out again. So I was actually doing a little bit of cleaning on this like lower end right here where it has a bunch of oil. But as you guys can see, turbos are out, manifolds are out, and we're actually gonna be getting rid of these extensions because in the end, I didn't like the way it sounded. So we're gonna be getting rid of this whole setup right here, and the wastegates are just gonna end up bolted on right here where they're supposed to go, just to get that full Motordyne exhaust sound back, because when these open up, it's extremely loud and you lose that whole VQ tone of the engine. But right here, we have the turbos finally back, fully rebuilt, literally looking like brand new. Look at this. Fully rebuilt, both of them. You know, these used to look like they were all rusted out from the back, and now they look like they came out fresh from the factory. And the only thing that looks like it's still beat up are the badges from Greddy. But turbos looking like new, and I guess they even balanced them, course of balancing. Turbo 1, Turbo 2. Cool, good to. So now that the turbos are fully rebuilt, we're gonna be putting them back on the engine, getting rid of this, I ended up getting even another set of Motordyne R pipes. I bought these used. Some guy actually hit me up all random saying if I wanted to buy some parts, and among the parts he had Motordyne R pipes, so we're gonna be putting those back on to get that full Motordyne VQ sound. So there we have it. We got quite a bit to do, and before we even get started on all this stuff, all these things, I'm actually gonna be painting the engine bay. So I'm gonna be blacking out this whole section right here. I actually brought, paint with me. So we're gonna get this cleaned up. I'm gonna remove the strut bar too, get this all out of the way, paint it black, and while this starts drying, we're gonna be putting the engine back together. All right, so since we got the engine bay painted up, we're waiting for it to dry, but in the meantime, I was about to start putting the turbos back on the engine. So I realized that we were missing one of these gaskets back here. So this Gasket is the same one for this side and this side, but we only have 3, so we're missing one. And then I called up Gretty, and they happen to have I think the last one in stock, because it wasn't even on their website. I had a call and they actually found one. So we're gonna be heading over to Gretty Performance, pick one up. All right, we are here at Gretty. Damn, it's a nice warehouse. It's a nice warehouse they got here. Gretty, manufactured by Trust. All right, we are back. We got the gasket. Super hard part to find, but Gretty had one in stock, so we went and picked that up now. So we got the brand new turbos here. Let's get these mounted up. So long story short, turbos got rebuilt. Engine was about to go back in. So Rudy decided to do a leak down test on each cylinder to make sure they were still good. The motor was still good. 5 out of the 6 cylinders were good, and then cylinder 2 ended up with 60% leakage on that. So it was kind of iffy on throwing the motor back in, and we didn't want to do that. So I decided to buy a new engine. So that's when I came into contact with this guy and found him on Facebook. He's the only one that had a motor. Sac City didn't have a motor. Everywhere else didn't have a motor. And the couple people that did have a motor were wanting like $5,000 for it, for a used motor. So I was like, if I'm gonna do that, might as well just build my own motor. But this guy had a motor, guaranteed me it was running, it was good. He checked everything out, compression, this and that, and had 118,000 miles. So I ended up buying the motor, and then He had the motor delivered to me Sunday. The next day, I drove over to SoCal Z to get the motor tested. So before we even unloaded the motor, he tested it, and then turns out 5 out of the 6 cylinders were at 90 plus percent leakage. So motor was done. It was basically trash. And I called the guy immediately after. So I told him that the motor wasn't working, and he guaranteed me, like warranty, 90-day warranty, and this and that. So he said that he was going to give me a replacement motor. That was on Monday. Thursday, he had never gotten back to me, and then I tried calling him on Wednesday and all that stuff. I texted him. He only replied once, and that's when I told him, you know what, can I just get a refund, and I'll go drop this motor back off to you in NorCal. And after that, he completely started ignoring me, ignoring my calls, my text messages from up until Saturday night, where I decided to, if you guys are following me on Instagram, I put him on blast, calling him out, and telling me a bad motor and not trying to get back to me and claiming that, like he's trying to play it off that I just didn't want the motor, that I just changed my mind or whatever, when in reality, he sold me a bad motor. Point is, now Ruby's just sitting. I'm looking into getting another motor, this time a built motor, fully built block, built heads. But regardless, this guy scammed me out of $2,000 for this used engine that ended up being trash. So, delayed everything, and now I'm stuck with a motor that doesn't work. He doesn't want to reply to me, and basically telling me, you're not getting your money back. So I fucked up on not using PayPal, which, I should have just done that, but I like to give people the benefit of the doubt, and trusting them, but I guess it just didn't end up working out in my favor, and now all this happened. And out here, we have the motor that this guy sold me. So I'm out here at my shop. I messaged him, I told him, you know what, the motor's back here, for your convenience. And then even after I told him that I was gonna send it back or drive it back up, he didn't want to reply to me. But this is the motor the guy sent me. It's basically essentially a blown motor, I guess you could say, but rev-up motor that doesn't even work. Nothing I could do about it now. So this upcoming week, what I am planning is picking up a fully built motor, built block, built heads, hell of a quality parts, built by Relentless Motorsports. So these guys are pretty well known in SoCal. So that's the motor that we're going to be checking out this Thursday. And if all goes well, we're going to have a fully built motor for Ruby with the twin turbo kit. So stay tuned for that. We'll see how that goes. And this time around, we are going to test out the motor before we buy the motor. And that's the one thing that sucked. I wasn't, the guys in NorCal, I'm in SoCal, so I wasn't able to test out the motor you know, right there on the spot. And well, yeah, all that shit happened. But regardless, the build's still going to be going on with the twin turbo. It's just another delay, more money, unfortunately. So, you know, things will work out in the end. So just careful with this guy, trying not to buy, you know, shit from him, even if he warranties it, because apparently not. Learn from my costly mistakes so you guys don't have to go through the same thing that I'm going through. But again, thank you guys for always supporting the channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.